remember Elijah Muhammad asked me, what is your toughest job with my brother Muhammad Ali? And I said, if he goes into the bathroom, he comes out with two new friends. Now I got to run them away. And 99% they're black people, and they all have a game with, everybody wants to get next to them. And I said, I've seen it around the camp. People would come in with their rented Cadillacs and their knockoff briefcases and all had another bad deal. And I was the bad guy. I had guys in our camp, Bodini Brown, would say, Ali, he FBI guy, he a CIA agent. I said, Ali, they couldn't even spell FBI. And Ali would jump all over them. He said, Gene Kilroy does more for me in 1 hour than you can do in a whole lifetime. When I came around Ali, his parents didn't have passports. They never went overseas. I got them all them passports. And then I had the head of the IRS come up and explain to him about the write-offs. The National Football League, they write off their training camp. We did that with our camp. It scared him. He couldn't believe it. And that was it. And then I had a championship ring. I was in charge of the championship rings. I had them made up. And it was a write-off for Muhammad Ali. And Joshua said, I like that ring. I said, I'm going to get one made up for you. You really? I said, yes. So I got one made up for him and his dad, But he was like my own brother. I loved him. I mean, even to this day, I lay in bed at night and I'm thinking, I know he's in paradise doing good. And he was such a good-hearted guy. And I used to tell him, I want to just put my arm around you and a shield up to keep everybody away. But drugs are something, I know how much it hurt his mom and his dad and his sisters and the people who loved him. His enemies were happy, but the people who loved him, they weren't happy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.